Hello, everybody. It's Mrs. Barber, and I am back from spring break. We took a few days off of messages and meeting up together in our class meetings, and we had some adventures on our own. And I saw photos of people doing all sorts of exciting things like gardening at your house, cooking, playing with your brothers and sisters, or playing with, just hanging out with yourself. I saw that children were reading, and I'm so proud of that. We did some reading at our house too. I feel like I have a million things to tell you about because I've missed you so much, and sometimes when I miss my friends or I miss you guys, my students, I just go blah 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 blah, blah and talk so fast. So I'll save up some of the things I did on spring break for our class meetings, but this week I did some things that I've been procrastinating. That means putting off for a long time. I fixed my back patio up, and I planted an herb garden, and I painted. And painting makes my heart feel good. And later I'll show you my paintings later this week one day. But we're going to paint together today at the end of our meeting. That'll be our activity. And there will be some new science activities this week and things you can do at home with your families. Mr. Piggle says he missed you too, and he heard that you were doing a great job at home. I'm going to read a book today called The Little Brown Jay, and then I'm going to read a poem about spring, and finally I'm going to do a little painting activity that you can do at home too. You can do it just with drawing if you don't have paints. So here we go. The Little Brown Jay, a tale from India. And it says, retold by Elizabeth Clare. And usually when a tale is retold, that means it was a traditional tale, like it was quite old, or it was an oral tale, which means it was told from one family to another family to tell a lesson or to teach something. And illustrated by Miriam Katine, The Little Brown Jay. And here is the foreword, which means something that the author wants you to know before you read the story. In India, I grew up in a large family, and everyone loved to tell me stories. And then what happened? I would ask. And a passing grown-up would complete the story someone had begun the night before. The tales were full of wonderful explanations of why animals have their special shapes, colors, and habits. Discover for yourself what happens to the little brown jay. Bina Oldenburg. That's not somebody who is the author of this book. That's just an interesting foreword. Once there was a princess named Maya. She was as beautiful and good as the morning sunshine, but her voice was ugly and sharp. Every day, handsome young Prince Rama rode by Maya's window. Prince Rama never looked at the beautiful princess. He was blind. What can I do? Wondered Maya. She was afraid to speak to him in her ugly voice. Rama did not know she was there. One day Maya heard a little jay singing in her garden. The jay was a plain brown bird, but its voice was the sweetest in all of India. Maya began to cry. The jay stopped singing. Beautiful lady, why are you crying? Beauty is nothing to me, said Maya. I wish I could sing like you. Please don't cry, said the little brown jay. I will give you my voice. But how? asked Princess Maya. At midnight tonight, go to the lotus pool, said the jay. Pick the largest lotus flower, hold it and make your wish. That night the moon was full and the air was cold. Maya put on her beautiful blue silk scarf and went down to the lotus pool. She picked the largest lotus flower in the pool and made her wish. I wish I had a voice like the little brown jays. The magic worked. Maya began to sing the sweetest sound she had ever heard. My wish had come true, she cried in her beautiful new voice. I'm glad I could help you, said said a sharp voice beside her. It was the little brown jay. Oh, thank you, thank you. She looked at the jay. You poor thing, you are shivering from the cold. Let me put my scarf around you. I'm warm now, said the jay in his sharp new voice, and this color is lovely. Yes, said Maya. I wish you could always wear blue. Instantly, the jay's feathers took the color of the scarf. Oh, thank you, princess. Don't thank me, Maya said. It was the magic of It was the magic lotus flower. The next day, Prince Rama heard Maya singing. They fell in love and were happy. Even happier was the beautiful new bird, the little blue jay. So I really enjoyed this story. I enjoyed that there was an explanation of why the blue jay doesn't actually have a beautiful voice but has a beautiful coat. Maya traded with him. She traded her voice, which wasn't so pretty, with the bird. And so the bird now sounds like Maya, and Maya sounds like the original jay. It's a lovely story. At the end, there's some more information about India and tales from India. And I'll take some time to read that too. So it's a fiction and nonfiction book. In every part of the world, people tell pourquoi or why stories to explain why things are the way they are. The story of Princess Maya and the little brown jay is one of these tales from India. Caption, traditional painting of Indian princess. I have to look back to see what the pronunciation of that word was. Pourquoi. Pourquoi tales are told in many places. From many South American countries come stories that tell how the sun gave animals their different colors. A tale from Norway answers the question, why do bears have stumpy tails? A Ngoni Pourquoi story from Africa tells why monkeys live in trees. And an Aboriginal tale from Australia explains why some birds make their special sounds. In The Little Brown Jay, the pictures show how princesses and princes in India lived more than 300 years ago. Maya lives in a big white palace with tall towers and pillars. Everything is beautifully decorated, even Rama's horse. And the artist decorated the pages, borders showing repeated pictures of objects from the story, such as the magic lotus flower. Lotus flowers. India today is a mix of old and new. In cities, old palaces and temples stand next to modern buildings. Some men wear traditional loose-fitting clothes, and some women wear saris, fabric draped like dresses. Others wear clothes like people in North America. India's big cities are large and crowded. The streets are full of bicycles, cars, carts, and cars. Some people live in apartments, while others live in small houses. City people wearing traditional and modern clothing. Some people live in apartments while others live in small houses just outside town. City children go to school, but in many villages, children stay home and work with their families. The people's love of beauty can be seen in their paintings, clothing, and jewelry. Even the elephant people ride at festivals are painted with designs. In villages, local artists paint stories on paper, and people gather to listen to artists tell their stories. Artists painting a story picture. And that is the end of this lovely book. And people in India, there are many, many people in India, as you know. And this week we're going to study ancient cultures. And what they said in the end are something called generalizations. Not all people that live in villages don't go to school like you. Actually, lots of children in India go to school and have lives just like you. But some of them do work with their families. And some of you work with your families too. I think this is a pretty cool story. The Little Brown Jay, a folk tale from India. So here is our poem of the day. It is a personification poem. We love those, of spring. And the art in this book is by one of my very favorite and yours, Arnold Lobel, who did the Frog and Toad series. Spring. I'm shouting, I'm singing, I'm swinging through trees. I'm winging sky high with the buzzing black bees. I'm the sun, I'm the moon, I'm the dew on the rose. I'm a rabbit whose habit is twitching his nose. I'm lovely, lively, I'm lovely. I'm kicking my heels. I'm crying, come dance to the freshwater eels. I'm racing through meadows without any coat. I'm a gamboling lamb. I'm the light leaping goat. I'm a bud. I'm a bloom. I'm a dove on the wing. I'm running on rooftops and welcoming spring. And you could write a poem just like that, a personification poem that tells about a bee. I'm buzzing, I'm flying, I'm yellow and black. If you poke me, I'll get you back. That's silly. Okay, so remember this book, Open Your Eyes, one of my favorite books in the whole wide world. And I had some extra time on this spring break, so what I did was try to find the authors. They were two ladies, and they were very best friends from when they were little girls. And they lived to be very old, but they're not alive anymore because they lived to be almost 90, these two ladies. I found one of their sons, and I said, oh my goodness, I love your book. And I made a video of your book, and I sent it to him. And he said, Mrs. Barber, I love your video. And what I love is that you kept my mom's legacy alive. That means when you keep reading stories or you keep sharing traditions, you're keeping an idea alive. And this right here, this little boy, he is Howard, and he is a grown-up man, and he makes costumes for plays now. He is a very nice person, and there's Howard when he was a little boy. His mom made him. So today's art is inspired from a picture in Open Your Eyes. One of my favorites is this one. I love this one so much. So today I'm going to make some birdies, and if you want to stick around, you too could make some birdies. I'll tell you how I do it this time. Usually I'm quiet during art, but I'll tell you how I make my birdies. So I'm going to make a mommy and some babies in a nest. Let me make sure. Yeah. So the mommy birdie is here, and her children are here. So I'm just making 3 circles. And I'm going to make a little beak that's kind of open. So a triangle up, triangle down. You can make yours different if you want to. And these birdies will have polka dot eyes. I'm using a Sharpie, but use whatever you like. And then we make a nice big U-shape nest. And just an idea of sticks. This is not a realistic picture. This is a simple drawing. And then I'm just making their bodies like little pegs, really, kind of like upside down U's. So those are birds in a nest. But I think that they would look cute if they had these on their heads. Like little pheasants, little tiny pheasants. Okay, I'm gonna make another bird. Another bird that is a circle head and a big eye. So 2 circles and a beak to sing and color an eye. And I think that's another pheasant too, or quail. I don't know what these birds are. They're imaginary birds. And I like the twirlies. And I'll make some feathers that look like this too. They look like pants. My bird has on pants. That's silly. And I'm gonna make some feet. These, I can't see their feet because they are inside of a nest. I think my picture needs one more bird. A bird who's going to be looking at us a little bit. Oops, I'm shaking. Okay, this guy, he's going to be looking more straight at us. And he's going to be cute. And he's going to have crazy things on his head. I don't know what these are. These are imaginary birds. And his body will go like that. And a little down beak because he's cute. I like some extra lines. And then for fun, I'm going to add like they're on a tree with some branches and some ideas of leaves. But I'm not going to put all the branches. It's kind of a simple drawing. And there are some leaves. And then I would use my paint pens that I have. These are paint pens. They work the same as markers. And I also might fill it in with my paint. I'm not going to paint everything on this video because pretty soon I need to say goodbye. and go tuck into bed because it's nighttime here when I make videos for you. So here is my idea of my birdies. I think these little birds need to be teal blue. And I just add some color with my cool new paint pens that work like markers. When I've been painting outside lately, I've been using this and my watercolors. And I think painting is so relaxing. So there's that guy. And maybe I'll finish up and show you when I see you today for our lesson. I love you very much. I'm very proud of you for staying healthy and strong, for listening to your family, for making their lives happier. And Mom and Dad have been telling me that you're doing a great job at home, staying happy and keeping the stress down and keeping the happiness up. You are my most special class, and I love you very much, and I'll see you in a little bit.